My whole discography is giving unstable. I can hear my manager hysterically laughing.
I wake up putting makeup on a sad face, and Listerine and fixing this bad taste in my mouth.
My name is Fletcher, and I'm from New Jersey, the Jersey Shore. I grew up near a town called Asbury Park, and Bruce Springsteen, the legendary Bruce Springsteen, is from there, and I grew up with his music. I grew up going to concerts at the Stone Pony, and there's so many iconic music venues there that I've like dreamed of playing my whole life. And I played the Stone Pony, and when I finally played that, it was like the most magical day ever. But yeah, Jersey is such an amazing place, and so much of my music and my songwriting is inspired by like so many of those writers that came from there. I was a huge Britney Spears fan as a kid. I had like every Britney Spears song ever. She was the first concert that I had ever went to. Also Whitney Houston, who's also from Jersey, I was always listening to her, and so much of my love and deep appreciation for vocals came from Whitney, and also Celine Dion. My parents didn't have that much music in the house growing up. They had like Celine Dion, Bob Marley, and Bruce Springsteen, the Holy Trinity.
If I were you, I'd probably keep her. Makes me wanna hit her when I see her.
So I started with classical vocal training when I was 6 years old, and the first song that I ever sang was Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. I was 6 years old at a nursing home, and that was my first recital, and I have the footage of it, like still to this day. And sometimes when I need a reality check, or if I'm feeling really down on myself, I'll go back and look at that video of me singing when I was 6 years old. Well, I was singing like way before I was ever speaking, because I was such a shy, nervous kid, and I just was like, oh, this is the one thing that I feel like sets me aside from everybody, or the one thing that I feel like is mine. And it allowed me to just explore different parts of my personality, because I was like, oh, I have these feelings, and I can't necessarily like verbalize them, but I can vocalize them and into a song. And songwriting just became such a big part of my journey really, really early on.
I was kind, I was warm, I was patient. All the nights that you cried when you're wasted. Hold your hand, rub your chest when you're anxious.
My songwriting process and creation process has definitely evolved like since I was a kid, because then when I would write songs about never having experienced a feeling before, and what I would think a heartbreak felt like, or what I would think being in love felt like, and all of my music comes from like a really, it's like a diary page. It's been kind of ripped out, and I've always just wanted to drop somebody into like a really specific feeling, and I write a lot from personal experience and my feelings, and it's the way that I'm like able to find myself in the world and understand myself more deeply as both an artist and a human. And it's my favorite form of expression. And you know, even one day if I like can't get up on a stage, like I'll still be writing songs. You know, growing up in a really conservative small town as a queer person, I was like so lost. I spent so much of my life so confused about who I was and where I fit into the world and what my place was, and I never thought that I would figure it out. And it was the moment that I stopped trying to, was exactly where I was like, oh, you know what, so much of the beauty in this life comes from not having the answers. Like, when you try to rush through so many things and you try to rush through all these moments and jump ahead to the end, you're missing all the magic and all the little moments in between that are actually defining who it is that you are. You know, if somebody sees a little bit of themselves in me, or if anything, I hope that they take from my journey to just be so boldly and unapologetically yourself, and the rest can be pretty magical. It's definitely a really scary thing to put out so many vulnerable thoughts out to the world for people to judge and make comments on. It's terrifying, but it's also, I think, one of the most rebellious things that you could ever do is like radically be yourself in a world that kind of capitalizes off of our self-hatred and makes us feel like we're not enough. We're here for such a blink of an eye in the grand scheme of things. And so just be you. Like, who gives a, like, tell your story, do what you want. Like that, if my music instills anything in anybody, it's just like, feel the full range of human emotion and just like give no. To all my haters, I love you so much. Thank you. Please keep my name in your mouth. You are the reason why I am the moment. And to my Fletch fam, I love you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. It has been you and I since day one, and to be on this journey with you is the most fulfilling thing, and you guys have given me such a purpose in this lifetime to create for you, with you, and to play for you, and thank you for being on this ride with me. You are all so indelibly etched in my heart. Gonna get the better